I can't feel my face now.
Children and you take away the parental rights in school and parental decisions, at the end of the day, the kids are the most important part of society. And I hope at the very least we can all agree that when you're an adult and you have your own decisions on your own body, you can do what you want and what you truly believe in. But why should a parent even be able to consent to their 12-year-old getting hormone change or getting on puberty blockers? If an adult, my mom could not consent to me drinking.
So
a
you
handle
can't start
of tequila
hormones
at
until you're
15.
14. You can't start hormones until you're 14.
Okay.
That's how it is. You can do puberty blockers before that point because puberty blockers are reversible. It's the minute you stop puberty blockers, you will go through your natural biological puberty. The only side effects we know right now is it might affect maybe your cholesterol or your bone density, but you will go through all your puberties once you stop puberty blockers.
But why would you
hold
start
on,
and
Sam,
then
Sam,
stop?
really quick.
Because-
I don't think I just want to check you a little bit on this. I don't think puberty blockers are reversible.
They are 100%.
I
I
don't think so either, but I'm
I
taking
looked
your
this up
word.
all day.
I've heard.
I'm not gonna take her word for that.
I've heard many times that they're not.
I've looked this up please do not discredit me because I spent, as soon as I knew I was coming on, you invited me back on, I spent a lot of time researching this.
It's still.
Okay, I need the sources. Okay, listen, this is Keeko, man. I try to be giving. I try to give you chances, Keeko. You cannot say something like this is dangerous. What just happened right now, this is probably the most dangerous part of anything in this video so far, is she's making a claim that a drug is 100% reversible as far as the effects of the drug without giving any sources, without giving any certifications on it, just saying that. Oh my God, on this podcast, which mind you has over 500,000 subscribers, this video alone, and this isn't even on the actual whatever podcast official like main channel. This is on their secondary one, whatever clips, and it's got almost 200,000 views. Well, it's got 130,000 views actually. 130,000 people that watched this just on this video. How many of them did she just convince that puberty blockers have no side effects? Because people will lean towards bias. If there's anybody in here in this that's trying to like lean toward or wants to know more about puberty blockers because they want to use puberty blockers, they will be biased towards her opinion that just got stated as if it was fact. And she just said, I did research before I came in here. Bro, I'm going to need you to do a little more research. More than 2 days of research. You can't spew dangerous information after studying for 2 days on a podcast that has so many viewers, bro. Matter of fact, look, right here. This website is Independent Women's Forum, okay? It starts off December 13th, 2022 is when this article was put in here. A recent in-depth report by the New York Times, there's your source, confirmed what many gender critics have long known to be true. Puberty blockers and other experimental hormone treatments are not temporary or reversible as activists like to claim. In fact, much of the evidence points to severe developmental damage in gender-confused children who are put on puberty blockers at a young age. One New York adolescent with whom the Times spoke, for example, said she was forced to stop taking blockers after 2 years because she suffered a severe loss in bone density. Do you know how much bone density you got to lose for someone to say it's severe? You get what I'm saying? That's not something that just comes back. It's not reversible like that. Not to mention, look, during puberty, bone mass typically surges, determining a lifetime of bone health in puberty, bro. And then not to mention the effects on the brain. Like, do you know how much development the brain is taking on during that time of your life? If y'all want to see this, this is where this is at. I might leave a link in the description if I remember. Yeah. Not only that, look, they use a hormone blocker, and I'm saying this lightly, hormone blocker, It's called GnRH, okay? GnRH is not made to block hormones. You want to know what it's used for? Let's look it up. GnRH uses. This is what I Googled. This is the name of it. Try to pronounce it if you'd like to. I'm not going to give it a shot. Healthcare providers use GnRH medications to treat prostate cancer in people designated male at birth. They got to throw that little piece in there, right? As well as these conditions in people designated female at birth, which is breast cancer, endometriosis, female infertility, heavy menstrual bleeding, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and uterine fibroids. I don't even know what half of that crap is. Endometriosis, uterine fibroids, I don't even know what that is. That's what that drug was designed to do. They use it in gender dysphoria because they're experimenting on you. I can't say it no other way, bro. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I don't need no heat coming this way. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no heat, but do your own research on it. That's the point I'm trying to make. Y'all got to do your own research on this stuff, and don't let none of it get taken out of context. Let's see if there's anything else in here real quick before we end.
Hey, how about all the people
That's
who have
who's
been
dying.
prevented from getting the help they need? And killed themselves
Transgenders
because of
have
it?
the same
thing.
suicide rate as Jews in Nazi Germany in concentration camps. You can't tell me transgenders in America are treated worse than Jews in Nazi Germany, and the suicide rate is the same before and after gender transition surgery.
Exactly.
But listen, I have a
Exactly.
different take on
Meaning
this.
that it makes no
I don't
difference.
say this stuff because I want to be offensive or hateful or get clicks or views. I think that this is a very sensitive issue, and just like abortion, it needs to be spoken with the highest level of respect and sensitivity, because I feel for these people. I can't, like you said, I can't imagine what it's like to be at war with my own body and to not feel comfortable with my own body.
Hey, learn to read bodies. I don't know if y'all just noticed, but Keeko right here, she's putting up
I think that this is a very sensitive issue, and just like abortion,
right here. She's putting up the notebook. She's got the notes closed. She realizes at this point, whether consciously or subconsciously, she's defeated. She realizes that the little bit of research that she did might have not been as much as she needed. She is defeated. So at this point, when you see this, she's been read, right? I'm reading her body language. I'm reading what's going on here. These three ladies here in the back have been very quiet. This one here, this person, hasn't really said too many things, and the couple of things that have been said have made very little sense. This one here has been the main protagonist to the whole conversation, extending the way that it's been extended, and she's admitting defeat now. So you have to be conscious of this before you start to confirm the kill. Because when you try to do that on somebody, you take your win and turn it into a loss.
We brought up the fact about a man saying if whether he's gay or not.
I agree with you. Let's try to stick to that one.
That's the whole point of me sticking to
Yes.
that. However, when it does come to kids, because it was already brought up, whatever, do I agree that like trans needs to be like in everybody's face? Absolutely not. However, I'm also not saying that if a kid comes and asks for help because they're feeling certain ways, I feel like those resources shouldn't be shunned. I feel like they should be available.
like therapy.
What do you mean those
yes,
resources?
those
Like
resources.
psycho and
What
evaluation.
resources?
Like, for
Yes,
example, when
psychological help, absolutely.
Oh man, look at this. Look at this comment. This dude quoted Matthew 18:6. Let's make sure this is what Matthew 18:6 says. All right, here we go. Matthew 18:6. This is BibleGateway.com. Just so y'all know, I'm just Googling this stuff. King James Version. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Yo, don't fuck with the kids, bro. That's all I'm hearing from that, dog. Like, hey, do what you want to each other, but leave the kids out of it, dog, because I'm going to come for you, bruh. Hey, he left the comment of the day right there. He quoted it. He put the scripture in there, and he let you. It's all about the context of the conversation.
Exactly. So because well, let's be honest. A couple of years ago, trans wasn't about the, wasn't so it wasn't so accessible. Is the word? I don't know the word.
Gender affirming care
No,
wasn't
it wasn't
a thing.
so. It wasn't so easy to grasp onto. In other words, it wasn't easy for me to get my hormones. It wasn't easy for me to get anything. I had to go to therapy for months just to prove that I wasn't crazy.
But now it has. You recognize that now it's become so easy.
Yeah. So I recognize that.
That verbiage is kind of funny, right? I had to go to therapy for months just to prove that I wasn't crazy. I think if you were really open to the fact that you're a man, just open to the idea, right? Not just saying like, oh yeah, I'm a woman. I know I'm a woman. There's nobody in the world that could tell me anything. That is what it is. Just be open to it because biologically you're a man and you know that's a fact. So be open to the idea that you're a man.
Okay, so question for Keeko. Kind of the original thing was, trying to direct it back here, is Chase said that his view is that it would be homosexual, it would be gay for a biological man, a biological male, to sleep with another biological male. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I do not find it gay if a biological male chooses to sleep with a trans woman.
No. Hold it. Just a point of clarification.
That's my answer, Brian. That's my answer, Brian. That's my answer, Brian.
Let me revise my question a little further. Is it homosexual or is it gay? Again, I'm not saying it's wrong, but is it gay or homosexual for a biological male to sleep or have sex? Well, is it gay for a biological male to have sex with another biological male?
I feel like you need to answer this.
Okay, bro. Keeko, listen, if you ever see this, I need you to look at me real quick. Don't be stubborn. I know you're a stubborn person. You probably just looked away if you're watching this. Answer the question, not what you heard. Listen to the words that he's using and answer the question. Because if you can answer that question truthfully, two biological men sleeping together, is that homosexual? If you say no, then the definition of homosexuality needs to be explained to you. That is the point of the question, because the verbiage that Chase used, and I'm talking like this so you can keep up, was, I would not sleep with a trans woman because that is a biological man and it would be gay. That's literally the definition of homosexuality. You want to shit on this man because of his faith. His faith tells him that is a sure one-way ticket to hell. A eternity of hell, brimstone, gnashing of teeth, torture, not the fun place you want to be. He believes it. And you want to take shots at him and jabs at him, call him names when he's respected you, your character, right? He might talk over you a couple times. You talk over him too in 2 different podcasts. I saw you totally try to run the show on him. So I have no pity for you when he talks over you. I don't. But you want to take this man's religious beliefs and tell him that he's wrong in believing what he's believing when he speaks up for himself. That's what essentially is happening. Listen, y'all, I don't have love for that. I don't have love for that. And I think Keeko needs help. Honestly, I don't want to drag on her. Like, I'm not going to sit here and throw her under the bus and call her this and that and all this stuff. I think as a species, we need to come together tight, especially in these times now. We need to come together real tight. Videos like this are very popular right now because of the division that's been made in our society and our culture. Between these topics, there's a division between religious and not religious understanding. Keeko, I can't listen to you if you said right now that you were of any type of religion as far as Judeo-Christianity goes. You're lying. You're lying. It's like when gay people say that they believe in, or that they're Christians, I should say. No, you're not. You got to really understand what something is before you claim it, because it does not claim you. You get what I'm saying? We don't hate people. That's something that nobody should do. People should not hate people. People should be tolerant of each other's flaws and understanding. If someone is trying to work on themselves, you know, it's totally different if somebody's just like, you know, whatever, up in the wind about it. I'm perfect as I am, and I'm not going to do anything to try to evolve as a human being or a spirit, consciousness, personality, or whatever. But don't get any of this stuff twisted, y'all. We need to really buckle in and grab our brothers and sisters and come together in love with each other, bro, because that is the one key right there. Is the key is love, man. We got to have love for each other. We got to have understanding for each other, but we got to keep each other accountable, and nobody wants to accept accountability nowadays, you know?
Because I don't know, I feel like you're based.
I already answered the question. If they are a trans woman in touch with their femininity, they are can't even say the word. Yeah. Projecting themselves, the female, feminine woman in society, and that's what they're attracted to. No, Brian, you can ask me the question in many ways as you fucking want. You've asked me this 3 times over on this podcast.
Can I say something really quick?
I'm trying to answer
Girls, though. That's not hormone.
Let's be real. It's like it's only gay after they're dick.
Yes. I mean, if you want a lady boy who's known as a lady boy, who has that,
it's only gay after their dick. Like, let's be real. Like,
okay.
if a guy literally was just fucking harassing me because he knew how to penis, sorry, bro, you're fucking gay. Like, go get a guy out there. I genuinely want to deal with a man who can look past the fact that like, you know what, you're trans, but that's not who you are as a person. Like, I view you as feminine. Like, I view you as a woman. I can look past the fact of that. But if that man is solely seeking me out just because I have a penis, no, that's gay.
But can't you be a feminine man without transitioning to, I mean, I don't believe in transitioning,
let me
but
just ask you something really quick.
That's a gay man, not a trans woman.
no, I know people that aren't, guys that aren't necessarily gay. I mean, I know guys that are gay and very masculine, and I know guys that are straight and very feminine. Like Jeffree Star is a great example. I've always thought that stuff's based. If you like makeup, you like hair. I love that stuff. I could totally understand people doing that, but he knows that he is not a woman, no matter what he does. No, the way that he partakes in makeup and hair, but knows that he's not a girl.
That's good that you brought it up, because honestly, like, I'm still even learning
Have you heard what he said about trans?
About all the genders or whatever. Like, honestly, because back in my day, like, I grew up on trans YouTube where it's like, you're either straight, gay, or trans. Yeah.
Gigi Gorgeous.
Yeah, and Gigi Gorgeous and Nikita came around a little
bit
longer.
I want you to consider something, all right? Because you're a trans woman, meaning that you were a man and you transitioned to a woman, correct?
Yes.
I think that there's something more insidious going on that Billy could probably speak to much more knowledgeably than I can, which is the testosterone epidemic in our country, which I think is a factor in men that think that they're women. I think that because of the environmental factors, because of the food they're eating, because of the chemicals that are sprayed on the crops and in the environment, as well as many other factors that, like I said, Billy is much more knowledgeable on than I am, are a factor in very low testosterone in men.
Yep.
As a man, when I felt low in testosterone, I feel terrible. I feel like I feel like I can't.
You want to be a woman?
No.
Okay, so what's the point?
But it could be contributing to it. And my point is that if you were to, what if you were feeling like, what if you were a man and you were feeling like you're a woman? What if instead of getting hormones to affirm what you thought in your head was true, instead you got hormones to affirm what your gender was at birth? What if you got testosterone and you felt more like a man? Do you think that would make it?
Facts, bro. Ooh, we're gonna end it right there. This dude just spit a bomb on them, dog. I'm telling you right now. Listen, woo. Listen, when men are low on testosterone, man, depending on your understanding too, I get how you could feel like, man, I'm lame, bro. Like, am I even a man? Like, because men, we're programmed to understand that a man is like a diamond, bro. Sharp, rough, the hardest thing on earth besides water. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I mean, then don't worry about it. But when you're low on testosterone, man, it's just like you're a whole nother person. That is such a good point. Pump them with testosterone. Get their levels up. Test them for their testosterone levels first. If they're a man, see if they have low T when they're talking about, I feel like a woman. That might actually be a thing. They might even know that and just not be saying it to anybody. Like, yeah, all these dudes with gender dysphoria are really just dudes with low T. I don't see no dudes on steroids talking about, I'm a woman. That's all I'm going to say. But if you enjoyed the content, y'all, there's another one like it right here. Till next time, I love you. Peace. New era.
I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token.